Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your noon news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got a death investigation that is underway in Pitt County that we're just getting word about in the newsroom. A sheriff's office report says it happened at around 6:30 p.m. The death of a man last night at a home on W.W. Gaskins Road, which is just outside of Ayden. Now, the report says 52-year-old Benjamin Smith, who had a Maysville address, was found dead. The sheriff's office is expected to release more information on this case coming up later on today. Now, in other news, we also want to highlight the ongoing push by the Trump administration to send out specialized National Guard units with the mission of helping fight crime in cities across the country. NBC's Alice Barr has more.
This morning, new signs President Trump's expanding crackdown on crime could mean a growing National Guard presence in more big cities, already armed on the streets of Washington, D.C., with Chicago potentially next in line.
We may or may not. We may just go in and do it, which is probably what we should do. Chicago desperately needs help.
The president signing an executive order tasking his defense secretary with creating specialized National Guard units to be trained and ready to help with domestic law enforcement. Chicago's mayor pointing to a 30% drop in murders, robberies, and shootings from last year, though the city is still averaging more than one killing a day, with 3 homicides and 27 people shot just this weekend.
Our communities need more federal resources for public safety. There's no question about that. But unsolicited, unwarranted military takeover is not needed.
The Illinois governor calling the potential takeover
a dangerous power grab,
and referring to President Trump as a wannabe dictator, the president pushing back.
A lot of people are saying maybe we like a dictator. I don't like a dictator. I'm not a dictator. I'm a man with great common sense.
All as President Trump signed 2 more crime-related executive orders, one threatening to revoke federal funding from states that offer cashless bail, arguing that lets offenders commit more crimes. The second aimed at turning the burning of American flags from a First Amendment-protected act into a crime for inciting a riot. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Thank you very much, Alice, for that report. We now want to turn our attention to your weather forecast. Today is a cooler day than yesterday. You can feel it as you step outside. The humidity is noticeably lower and your air temperatures are noticeably lower as well. Of course, the cloud cover we've had to start the day is a big reason why currently we're cooler, but that's kind of also ignoring a big factor in the forecast, and that is your northerly winds that are continuing to push that cooler and less humid air over eastern North Carolina. Let's zoom the picture in a little bit closer and you can see again that the clouds we've got over us right now are fairly streaky, not going to be with us through really the early hours of tomorrow morning. A lot of these clouds are going to be pulling away from the east coming up late tonight. Once we get to around midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., early tomorrow morning, and then it all kind of just clears out. Now, of course, we are seeing some clearing across parts of eastern North Carolina. Looks like Jones County, along with Craven County, southern Beaufort, enjoying plentiful sunshine at this hour. Air temperatures are starting to warm up, getting closer to the 80-degree mark for many inland areas. Some of us along the coast already there. 81 degrees right now in Elizabeth City, 80 in Hatteras, 82 in Stumpy Point. Overall, again, feeling quite comfortable thanks to the lower humidity. Dew points now across the board below 70 degrees. That is something we don't usually get to see in August. Now, granted, we are getting quite a bit closer to the September than July. We're right around the corner to Labor Day coming up this upcoming Monday. But the drop in humidity is more akin to something we would normally see at the mid to tail end of September. We are again, enjoying this nice dry stretch, if you will. Right now, over the past 24 hours, most of eastern North Carolina has seen dew points drop between around 7 to 13 degrees. That is a significant margin. Now, again, those of you watching closer to the Pamlico Sound, not seeing the same sort of drop as areas closer to I-95, but not to worry. It's coming. That cooler air still working its way down across all of eastern North Carolina. If you are, again, still experiencing air that you consider to be just a little bit too humid for you, these northerly winds, again, are going to continue here over the next few days. And so long as they hold out of the north, we will maintain that lower humidity level. And that's what we're going to be seeing coming up not only for today and tomorrow, but most likely through Thursday and Friday as well. Yeah, those winds will kind of shift and dance a little bit, but we'll see anywhere from a northwesterly wind to a northeasterly wind, which essentially kind of keeps that northerly direction very much intact and, again, keeps that humidity from rising. That's something we don't need to see. It's just more humidity. Now, of course, as we head into the overnight hours, those winds will become a little bit more variable as they go quite a bit calmer, but as winds pick back up during the daytime hours, again, we will see a lot of that northerly wind flow hold. For this evening and afternoon, we may catch a few isolated spot showers around the Albemarle Sound, around the Pamlico Sound and the Outer Banks, but nothing, again, that's going to be widespread, and certainly nothing that's going to be kind of difficult to handle or interrupting anyone's daytime plans. These are going to be very light showers, so if you do end up getting stuck under one, not to worry, they will be again moving out fairly soon. Now, here's kind of a big picture look at what we've got going on across the country in terms of humidity. You see that big push of cooler and drier air from the Great Lakes extending down all the way into the Gulf Coast states of Mississippi, Alabama, and even Georgia and northern Florida there. The panhandle of Florida, again, that lighter color of green, indicative of, again, lower humidity, something we can all get behind. Now, here's a look at your full 8-day forecast. We've got beautiful conditions here for the next several days. We will reintroduce a chance of rain to the forecast coming up for your Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Labor Day, of not only next week, but next month. But the overnight lows, upper 50s tonight and tomorrow night, will make Wednesday and Thursday feel like we are already in September. Of course, for the kids out there watching, maybe a nice reminder that, okay, yeah, school should be in session with humidity levels like this. Well, that's all we have time for today's noon news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Supreme Choice.